What's up guys, Stark here. In today's character spotlight we are taking a look at Chulainn again, but this time we are taking a look at his caster version. So I'm going to throw his pictures on the screen right now. I really do like his artwork. It's still weird to me seeing him as a caster because I've known him as Lancer for so long. But you know, I saw the Fate Grand Order little anime video thing. He was really cool in it, and they did kind of mention that, you know, he's like, oh, next time summon me as a Lancer. But it was pretty cool. He's got some really good artwork as well. So I'm going to throw up his stats. He is a 3-star, so he goes up to level 70. And he's going to have 6,580 attack and 9,604 HP at level 70. It's pretty solid stats. He does have a little bit more of the HP side. He is a caster, and they tend to be a little bit more tanky, but not as powerful. So we're gonna go ahead and look at his skills here now, and he tries really hard to be a Lancer. Like, he has lots of Lancer skill sets, but he's a caster, which I guess isn't necessarily a bad thing, because Lancers are really tough to kill, so having a caster that's tough to kill could be pretty beneficial to you. Anyway, his first skill is called Rune Spell A, which will increase critical damage for 3 turns and increase debuff resistance for 3 turns. So that's pretty nice. And you can also strengthen this up with a strength and power up quest, which I'm still not sure are on global yet, but I have to look and see if I can do one. Anyway, it's going to unlock the Primordial Rune, or it's going to upgrade it to that, and that will further add a increased Noble Phantasm Gauge effect to the skill, and that's going to be 30% at level 10, which is really nice. You know, anytime you can have a Noble Phantasm gain is really good, and this guy is a arts character as well, so you're going to get your Noble Phantasm up a lot quicker than usual. His second skill here is called Protection from Arrows A, and this will apply evade for 3 times and increase defense for 3 turns. So this is kind of where his Lancer stuff kicks in here with the second skill with the evasion and defense, and then his final skill is Disengage C, which removes debuffs and restores HP. So again, this kind of throws back into the Lancer thing where it makes him really difficult to kill. You know, just add in guts and he's basically a Lancer. Overall though, his skills aren't really that amazing, but they are pretty nice, and like I said, they will make it a little bit harder for him to be killed. So now I'm going to throw up his Ascension materials and his skill enhancement materials. And unfortunately, this guy is really difficult to ascend. You kind of have to give up an arm and a leg for this guy. You know, with the claws, the pages, the gears, and the seeds. So it is a lot. I don't know if I'd really recommend it, but eventually we'll get to the guy maxed. And you do also get him, I should have mentioned this earlier, you do get him from completing the prologue, I believe. Okay, so yeah, you do get him from completing the prologue. I had to actually just go check real fast there. But yeah, so you will get him for free. So for a free character, he's pretty good. And then for his skill enhancement materials, again, you're going to need a lot of stuff to max this guy out. You need pages again, you need gears, you need feathers, you need seeds. It's a lot. His skills aren't really that good, so I don't necessarily recommend doing that. But that's what you need if you want to go ahead and do that. So now we're going to talk about his craft essence here, and that's going to unlock the Yggdrasil tree. I shouldn't even be saying this anymore, but pronunciation, I apologize. I think I said it right though. Yggdrasil, yeah. Anyway, it increases Noble Phantasm damage by 30% and has a 30% chance to restore his own HP by 500 each time you attack. Which is really nice. Again, plays into the whole Lancers can't die thing, where he'll just continuously restore his HP. And this is actually a really nice Noble Phantasm as well. Or, Craft Essence. Because it also will boost his Noble Phantasm damage and makes it harder for him to die. And his Noble Phantasm is pretty strong, which we're going to talk about right now. So he has, for his command cards, he has 3 arts, 1 quick, 1 buster. So you're primarily going to use him on an arts team, but you could also throw him onto a buster team as well, because his Noble Phantasm is buster. And it's going to deal heavy damage to all enemies, And then on the overcharge is going to decrease defense for 3 turns of all enemies and inflict burn for 10 turns to all enemies. It's just a moderate burn. It's not as much as Kyuhime's, but it's still pretty solid. And then if you combo that with this Craft Essence, you know, you're going to be doing some pretty good damage. So the Craft Essences that you want to use on this guy, Kaleidoscope is pretty good for him, but since he is an arts character and he does have a Noble Phantasm gain skill, maybe you want to do something else. You could use Projection for the 15% increase or Formal Craft for the 25% increase. But you could also use Heaven's Feel for the Noble Phantasm damage increase, which should be pretty good, because even if you're not using Kaleidoscope, you can still use the command cards to boost your Noble Phantasm. So say you use his Noble Phantasm skill, let's just say it's at level 1, so that's 20%, and then you have like, I have Waver, so that's another 20%. If you have a friend that has any sort of Noble Phantasm gain, that's probably another 20%. So you're only looking at like 2 or 3 turns of full arts command cards. So if you're using him in an arts team, you're going to get that before you get to the boss. So you don't really need Kaleidoscope for that, because you're probably only going to use his Noble Phantasm 1 time in the fight, unless it's like a really drawn out fight. And then you could always switch up your Craft Essences depending on what you're going against. But yeah, that's pretty much it here for Chulainn here. Tomorrow I'm going to do Darius the Third. So I'm going to leave you guys here with Chulainn's Noble Phantasm, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Let's go.